When I started being able to write and think about politics exclusively, and I wasn't, consumed with building my law practice or litigating cases, but instead was doing journalism full time. So I had the luxury during the day of going and reading a bunch of documents that I would have otherwise relied on the New York Times to tell me about, or not even known about because they wouldn't have told me about it. And I started realizing, exposing myself to different thinkers and different ideologies and perspectives. And I started realizing, wow, there's so many things that I had ingested uncritically that form a crucial part of my worldview that I never decided to embrace or believe, that I never weighed the truth of and decided to believe it. It was just things I absorbed by osmosis through the culture, through the influences that I had. And I almost felt like there was this monster within inside me, like this alien being that had taken control of my brain. Once I started looking and saying, wait, I believed X, and now I'm seeing X is completely false. Or I didn't even know there was an alternative way to understand X. I thought X was a fact, and yet now I'm hearing from all these people, I'm seeing all this evidence to suggest that X is something that is very dubious, if not outright false. I felt like there were all these things implanted within me that I didn't choose to put there, that weren't part of my own autonomy or my own intellectual agency. And I felt like, I have to kind of erase as much of that as possible and start from zero and rebuild it based on my own attempt to think critically about things. All we can do is, make sure that we always have our critical thinking skills as activated as possible. And just as a parent, I think all parents kind of look at their kids and think, what did I wish that I had, that I was told, that I knew, that I understood, that I was able to do as a kid, that nobody ever bothered to tell me or that I didn't understand could be done. And when I look at my kids, for me, the most important thing I try and teach them is, no matter what you hear, no matter who it's from, no matter how authoritative it seems, from me, from your teachers, from media outlets, whatever, don't assume it's true. Like, don't let your brain absorb ideas that you yourself haven't put there. But the effort to make sure that we're being as critically minded as possible, that is one that can really pay dividends. We can at least move in the direction of thinking more critically than not. So yeah, there's all those examples in the question, and there's a zillion more.